like?
Chef Bradley Kilgore is behind Itameshi, a tasteful rising trend of Japanese and Italian fusion. Chef Kilgore is here to continue the conversation this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Good morning.
Good morning. We want to hear more about Itameshi. What is it, and why did you want to explore this type of cuisine?
Right. Well, Itameshi to me was like my two favorite ways of cooking. And I had these like parallel cuisines as I went through my career. I was young and I worked in Italy. My grandmother was born in Sicily. And as I got further in my career, I learned about Japanese cuisine and the use of umami and all these amazing ingredients. And then I started cheating those into my Italian food over time. And that's where I fell in love with the style, Itameshi.
That looks really
Wow,
good
that's so
right there on the
good.
screen. So this is so unique. How are people responding to this genre-bending flavor profile?
You know, one of the greatest lines I heard was a guy who told me, he goes, when I go out to eat, I either want Italian or Japanese, and you've solved that problem for me. And I thought that was super cool. And really what it does, it takes your carbonaras and your classic pomodoro sauce, and it makes it more vibrant. And you don't really necessarily feel like you're having two different things trying to mold together. They enhance each other at the same time. And that's what I found, wow, this is the way I want to cook for the rest of my career.
Yeah, I just can't imagine the flavor explosion when you try this food. What do you think makes these two very different types of food blend so well together? And do you have a favorite dish that you like to enjoy and also make?
Sure. Well, I think when you take a sauce like a Parmesan cheese sauce or a pecorino, and you have that like cheesiness going on, what at the end of your palate, what that is umami, and it comes from the aging of the cheese. And soy sauce or different other ingredients like miso have that same exact flavor profile. So when you fold them together, you put a little bit of butter on top, and then you drizzle some toasted sesame seeds. You're making something brand new but recognizable at the same time. And that's how I make my udon carbonara. So it's udon noodles that are like pappardelle noodles, but then finished in the style of carbonara with the egg yolk and the pecorino and some toasted sesame. That's where I really showcase how these two cuisines come together.
So many different ingredients and yumminess. So earlier this month, you were at the Aspen Food and Wine Festival. How did that go, and what did you serve?
Well, I was able to serve our frozen pizza product that is called Pizza Frico. It was invited by Food and Wine Magazine to be under the tent, highlighted as a wine pairing, and we showcased two different flavors. My partner Matt and I went out there. We were invited by Hunter Lewis, the editor-in-chief of Food and Wine Magazine, and we flew several dozen of our frozen pizzas out there to Aspen, Colorado. And it's not a regular frozen pizza. It eats like a restaurant quality pizza. And we were able to showcase that with a truffle and chive coulis and an XO sauce made out of pepperoni.
Oh my goodness, that's pizza at just a totally different level. You're an award-winning chef. You have 5 acclaimed restaurants in operation. You're part of high-profile collaborations. You just mentioned you also have your own frozen pizza brand that was just nominated World's Best Pizza. Tell us more about Pizza Freak. How does it feel to have it be nominated? Yeah, expand on that a little bit.
Absolutely. So Pizza Freak started as a side project for Matt and I, who wanted to make like the best frozen pizza. And we really focused on the bread and the dough, because a lot of times when you get a frozen pizza, it's like kind of chalky, and the bread part is an afterthought, or it's really heavy. So we really looked at it almost as bakers to make really beautiful light air bubbles in our crust, but then crispy on the outside. And that lent us to create this cheesy edge, which in Italian is called a frico. And we called ourselves Pizza Freaks, so that's how we came up with the name Pizza Freak Co. It started steamrolling. We're based out of Philadelphia. We're in the Northeast. We ship around the country, but we're in 24 grocery stores and a few other breweries and different things like that around the Philadelphia area. Just opened our first foundry, so our production center, last month. And we're really starting to get these amazing recognitions, like the Best Pizza Awards put us on their list of top 200 pizzas in the planet, and we're the only frozen pizza product on it.
Wow.
And it was
Wow.
it came out of nowhere.
High praise. Congrats on that. And I love the cheese. The more cheese, the better. What's your favorite flavor? And also, it sounds like we can get our hands on it here in the Pacific Northwest since it ships worldwide.
It does ship. You
Okay.
just have to pay for shipping, but we
Okay.
will get it out there. We've shipped anywhere up, all the way up to Seattle, Texas, California, and even someone had us ship it internationally. My favorite, we have 3 different types, SKUs, if you will. We have our classic 3 cheese with marinara. We have our tomato pie, which is hugely popular in the Northeast. And then my favorite is our white pie. It's an Alfredo style sauce with the 3 cheese blend, and it's just ooey gooey, stretchy cheesiness. I like to put like a little prosciutto and pesto on top.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh my goodness.
So hungry now.
I know. And I love what you've done with the crust. Like that's, oh my gosh, that's my favorite part of pizza.
Yes.
Is the bread.
Congrats on all your success. Thank you so much for joining us today on ARC Seattle.
So much. Have a great day.
You too.
Oh.
How awesome. Oh my goodness. I love his way of cooking an Italian, combining Italian and Japanese cuisine. That's awesome.
Very unique, and I love the feedback he got from that one customer. You know, sometimes I crave Italian and Japanese. Now you solved my problem. I can have both.
Right, and now we can also get his frozen pizzas. Amazing. He's taken off.